Good Sunday afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to take you on a little special Tracy Doriot project journey just beyond this door. We're going to go out into his workshop and we're going to take a look at what he has been working on, designing, engineering, laboring over for the past several months. He's really excited to do this initial unveiling, and then there will be just a few more details to come on the other side of that. But anyway, let's go talk to Tracy about this. Okay, everybody, who shall we come upon here? Mr. Doriot, I understand you have something really fun to share with all of us.
You betcha. We've kind of been playing with this project now for a few months, and as you know, we have been looking for a year or so for a tender for our boat, and so we finally got a 12-foot Carib with a nifty little 25 horse Honda. And so how do you deal with these things with a boat? Some people tow them. The traditional system has been a thing called Weaver davits, where you put these clips on the side, you tilt them up on their edge, take the motor off, and that's all too much of a hassle. We like our tender to be kind of ready to go at a moment's notice in case we want to zip to the shore or go get a pizza or something. So anyway, the solution for me was something that kept the tender operating position. And so there's a European system that's fairly similar to what I have here, and so I studied that a bit, and being the backyard engineer I designed all the pieces of this to fit our swim platform on our boat, as well as the tender, and designed all of the parts on AutoCAD. And the cool thing about AutoCAD is if it works in CAD, it'll work in reality. And so I was able to engineer all of the physics of this thing, all of the articulations, all the rotations, the leverage arms, and then pretty much designed every piece accurate to 4 decimal places. Laid this all out on some 304 stainless steel, a sheet of it, and I had our good friends at American Marble put this on their water jet, and they cut all these pieces out. And so then the pieces were all precision cut, every hole, every slot, every pivot point, every bolt hole was cut by the water jet. Had them slightly cut undersized so that I could drill them to final size, and it was a real education drilling stainless steel because it work hardens very quickly. And so you really have to be aggressive when you work stainless steel with cobalt bits and the proper stuff. But fortunately, I have the right tools to do it. And so the idea behind this lift is it's a set of articulating arms that are hydraulically operated, and I built a remote control for this so that we can do it wirelessly or for a toggle switch in the cockpit. But the tender sits on this, and then when you deploy it, these, if you want to pan over, you can take a look at that. So this little beauty is you can see the bases. All of this is, as I said, made out of stainless steel. Every fastener is stainless steel. There is nothing in this whole system that is not stainless steel. All of it was detailed, so it had nice eased edges and things, and then I had it powder coated.
Okay.
So we have a powder coat that was tinted to match the color of the boat, and it's operated by hydraulic cylinders. So you see a couple of hydraulic cylinders and the hoses that are plumbed into the hydraulic system on our boat. And when this thing deploys, the cylinders rotate these arms down, which runs this platform out, and as it hits the radius on those the arms, it drops it down into the water.
Oh my gosh.
So the tender will sit about a foot above the swim platform in normal operating conditions. And then when you deploy this, it drops this down, and it actually falls out from under the tender.
Tell us about this. This is gorgeous. Tell us about this part of it.
I decided that I would do a little bit of an additional swim platform. So I got some pieces of ipe, which is a exotic hardwood, and I built essentially another deck between the two pieces. Interestingly enough, when the tender is not in its chocks and it's deployed, you can take and roll this thing out, and you can either have the extension of the swim platform, even with a swim platform, or you can drop it down into the water. So it would be like a swim step, so you could swim up onto it and then climb onto the
It's gonna be so great.
Yeah, it's pretty great. These particular pieces articulate. They actually, they're weighted over center so that they have a tendency to stay like this, but they conform to the shape of the dinghy. It just depends which way you put it on. It needs to be flatter for the transom, and of course, more accentuated for the V-bow upstairs. And then I did some things like, put some nice moldings on the edges to keep things a little safer when people are walking around it. Another cool feature with these is when they are fully retracted, it's got some metal tabs that lock into the bases so that if you have a little bit of rough water, the thing can't bounce around.
Oh, okay,
so
that's nice.
Really works cool.
We cannot wait to see the maiden voyage for the new tender and the christening of our new lift system. And so that'll be the video to come, right, Tracy?
You bet.
Thank you.
We're doing a haul out the end of this week for bottom paint and some of that thing, and we'll get this installed. Maybe do a couple of install snippets.
Okay.
And then on to the launch, and we'll put the tender on here.
And what do we say about Genius?
Well, here at Doriot Construction, there is no off switch to Genius.
True that. Okay. Thank you, Tracy.
You betcha.
Oh, yeah, you make my dream